Do you know that your wife can say you are stupid even when you are a CEO, even when you are a professor, even when you come in and the room is quiet, everyone salutes you. Your wife can look at you in your face, and because of whatever will have happened during the day, and he will say, I didn't know I married a stupid man. Hello, my family, my people. I'm glad you're back to this channel. Did you know, you guys? I'm killing you with this, I know. But most of my videos, I tell you people that I finished master's degree in business administration. And it's funny what I learned in that course. I remember a few statements, but one of the statements our lecturer said was that we were actually learning about human resource management. And he said that for some positions in any organizations, you can never attain them if you are single. Single people, hello. Married guys, hello. Because there are lessons you only learn in that school called marriage. He said that it is only in marriage that you will find someone who is a CEO talking to actually someone even who may be finished like senior 4 but the CEO, my dear, will have to listen to that graduate of whatever level. And he went ahead to say that, do you know that your wife can say you are stupid even when you are a CEO, even when you are a professor, even when you come in and the room is quiet, everyone salutes you. Your wife can look at you in your face, and because of whatever will have happened during the day, and he will say, I didn't know I married a stupid man. Will that make you stupid? Of course not. But at the moment, it will all matter how you handle every scenario at a point. So today I want us to think, can a professor feel like a fool at some point? Can a millionaire feel very low at some point? Do you think that great businessman or great businesswoman you look at, someone who is even your CEO, do you think sometimes they feel like, oh my God, I have failed. I don't think I can make it anymore, even when they are in that higher position? I want to alert you that no one has already run away from demotivation. The motivating factors are always very many. That's why I'm coming to you today and encouraging you that you must work hard to keep motivated. Otherwise, statements will come in your face, in your front, and you will feel like, I'm a failure, even when you have it all, even when many people are admiring you. I have another interesting story I learned from somebody. You know, sometimes you think it's because you are short, that's why maybe people undermine you. You think it's because you're dark. Sometimes you blame your background. You think maybe it's because no one knows my parents. It's my finances. That's why I think I cannot do much. Even when you want to move, you feel like, who knows me after all in this Uganda or in this world where everything is awarded according to who knows who. But this story, it humbled me down. So, you know, let me tell you, being a pastor's wife, I am a pastor's wife, for those who don't know. I have a privilege of visiting some big people, big men, big ladies in this city. The people you actually look at and you admire. Thank God. When God was moving, he looked at me and said, you be pastor's wife. We have our challenges, but we have our benefits. Okay, so that story comes. There is this family that we usually go to. They are our friends. And so on this day, we opened up and they just does this story. And it really humbled me. So at least they have some company, at least they belonging, like they have some wealth that you can look at and admire. Like the Bible says, they are blessed both in the village and in the city. Talk of cars, they have them. The bigger ones, the smaller ones, the shopping bags, etc, etc. So one day, they move outside of Uganda and go abroad. Reaching there, they faced it rough. This is a country that has a lot of racism. And these are the people here, when they go to church, front seat. When they go to board meetings, front seat. When they're contributing money, of course, the figure is high, front seat. So in every angle, they are pampered. They are loved. I mean, they have something to show. They have worked hard. And they have their position set here in Uganda. But they moved out. And someone like the other wife I was telling you, who tells the professor, the so-called professor, who is a husband, and looks at them in the eyes and says, "You're stupid." Even these ones, they were fooled. They looked stupid. Imagine you have your money. You already managed to pay your ticket. You see how for us, when someone is going abroad from here, Uganda, you're like, "Oh my God, you are at departure. You're boarding the plane. Oh my God, please." So for us, we think they are just having very good life. But my dear, they tell us that as they were traveling, the moment they stopped any taxi, of course their systems are different from what we have here. Whether you are big or small, there are trains and taxis that take people. Yeah, that's what I learned. That's what I hear. I've never been out. I've never been abroad. Maybe one of these days when a miracle comes, I want to go and see what happens there. So these people, they could stop any taxi that comes by, and the taxis would just, like, you know how someone pulls down their windows and they're like, "Oh, black people," and they just move. They don't care whether you give them 1 million. They don't care whether you give them 2, but for as long as you're black, we are going. And then they kept on telling us also that people would come, and imagine you're moving with the people, and all of a sudden someone comes close to you and they're like, "Oh, you are such a dark person." They want to touch you. They feel you're dirty. They think, "What kind of human being is this?" Do you see how a big person, CEO, professor, comes down to a point of, "What is this?" And that caused me to conclude that whether you're a bishop, whether you are a big millionaire, whether you have empires, whether you have what, there are moments that come in your life and you feel very low and you feel very demotivated. But for us, the onlookers, you might never know, but everyone, you need to be motivating yourself each and every minute. I want to alert you, my friends, my brothers, my sisters, my mothers over there. Please know that the things to demotivate you are very many. But I want us to be thinking about this. What do you think motivates these successful people to keep on moving? Because if the CEOs are challenged, how about others who are under them? So many factors will come, but let's learn from the successful people. What keeps them motivated? Because I was asking these people, like, "Don't you feel like I want to go home back to Africa right now?" But then they were challenging me. Like we have been learning, personally I have been learning about the successful. You realize that they don't want their past to determine their future. They know, yes, I have nothing to do about my color. I didn't choose to be born in Uganda. I don't know why I am black. So their past cannot determine their future. They are always looking at what they want for the future. Because as far as I know, there's nothing you can do about your past, but you have all it takes to change what you want to see in your future. Number two, these people, the successful people, like these CEOs I was telling you about, they don't blame their circumstances for whatever is befalling them. It would be easy for someone to say, now, if these people are looking at me like this, I'm not even going to do with them business. The environment is harsh, every condition is difficult, I better pack my bags and go. No, they don't look at it like that. They know that every environment, every space they go to, it's a lesson for them, and they can do something to change even the environment they are living in right then when they are faced with a challenge. Not that because the government is harsh, the policies are difficult, the taxes are a lot, this environment is very harsh, I don't think I can do business. No, the environment is not a major determinant, but these people are focused to keep on moving. These people also, they have the end in their mind even as the whole process is going on. For example, these guys had gone to pick very big equipments that of course are not here in Uganda. Now you can't go, and because they have accused you, you say, let me go back. You already know what you want by the time you're going. These people already knew. So like every other successful person, they had to first know, yes, they're abusing us, they're undermining us, but we have some people who are also waiting on us. We have a nation to save, my dear. We also have an empire to build. We are not just looking at the problems we are having right now, but we know the bigger picture that we want at the end of the story. The successful people, they keep on moving. They have action in their mind. They know I must do this because they know some of them, they are cycle breakers. The poverty that has been in Africa, of course, needs a few men and women who will stand and say enough is enough. Let's improve our economy. Before you even go to Africa, Uganda itself, we need people who are hardworking. If God has given you vision, if God has really enabled you to have some resources, you know you have to break some cycles. So you don't say, let me just chill because I have suffered. I think I've pushed enough. This is only what I can manage. These people, the successful people, they are always motivated because they know consistency brings about the things they like. It's only action that pushes momentum. Otherwise, if you sit still and you keep quiet and you do nothing about it, then that means no one will ever fight for the freedom of the people. No one will ever break the poverty cycle that is all around. No one will speak for those who are voiceless. No one. So if the Lord has empowered you for such a time as this, whether, yes, at some point you are demotivated, we know those things happen, but push on. Let action keep on happening. Let your momentum keep on rising, and one day you will help someone. So, my friends, my family, thank you for watching until the end. Let me ask you a question. So, if you have loved the video, you have watched it until the end. By the way, if you have watched until the end, that means you have loved the video. Because there are many channels for God's sake. So, I thank God that you have been here, watched until the end. But if you have not subscribed, please, grant me a favor. Subscribe. Even share it with your friends, especially those people you think can be demotivated around this time, this season. When you subscribe, of course, the video will spread to many other people who might need this information as well. And for me, that's what I want. That's what I desire to see. Thank you for watching until the end. Until next time.